So today we're going to talk about lies. Yes, lies. Oh my goodness. Lies. People lie to me all day long. It's one of my things that just at this point it makes me laugh because I'm so used to it that I've adapted methods so that I can like weed through the lies. I'm basically a private investigator whenever I'm doing a mortgage application. So I want to talk to you today about some of the things that people are not honest about. And if you're looking for a mortgage, don't do this because we're going to get you. We're going to get you. We're going to figure it out. So just spare yourself the drama, spare us the drama. Okay, so number one, occupancy. Are you going to live there? So I did a video earlier this year about occupancy. And the number one thing I get is, oh, well, yeah, I'm totally going to live there. Okay, so it's 7 hours away. Walk me through that. Oh, well, I'm going to stay at a friend's during the week. Okay, can I get a letter from your friend saying that there's going to be no rent and that address of that and oh, well, no, I mean, I haven't owned a home before. Okay, so number one, don't lie to us about occupancy. I see that also with investors. So they may have like $1 million house and they're like, oh, I'm going to move into this house, so it needs to be owner occupied. And I'm like, it's this same street and it's $500,000. It's half the size. And if they were downsizing, because the kids went to college, fine. That's never the case. It's always like, oh, well, I thought I could just switch whatever house I was going to say I lived in. No. So don't lie to us about occupancy. Be honest. If it's going to be a second home, tell us. If you're going to rent it out, tell us. Like, just be honest. The second one is if I'm doing a verbal application over the phone, or even if people are filling out online apps, how much do you make? A lot of times we'll get like, oh, I always work 40 hours a week. Do you? Do you? Yeah. And then I get the pay stub and I'm like, why does your pay stub say 24 hours? They're like, oh yeah, I was sick that week. I'm like, great, give me 4 more. Wait, why does this one say 32? Why does this one say 29? Like, why? He's like, well, my work will say I work 40 hours. Cool, but the paperwork says you don't, and the money in your bank account says you don't, therefore you don't work 40 hours. So let's just not even pretend, right? Let's just be honest. If you work an average of hours, then just say it varies. And then I'll go, okay, cool, I need this, this, and that so that I can figure out the average, okay? Cash. This one continues to torment me. I have done so many videos about cash and why you can't deposit it that it amazes me that it still happens. So if I say, hey, how much money do you have? And you say $15,000 and I say, did you make any cash deposits? And you say no, and then I get bank statements with cash deposits, you made cash deposits. Seriously. And here's the thing, with 90% of loan programs, if you make a cash deposit and I can't show where it came from, they have to back that money out. So if you have $6,000 in your bank account and $5,000 of it's cash that was deposited last week, okay, then guess what? You only have $1,000 in your bank account. That other stuff's invisible. We have the Patriot Act we have to follow. I have to be able to see where that cash came from. If I can't see it, it doesn't exist. I did have one client that recently sold something and was able to document it via Instagram messages, which was kind of fun and cool. Like, we can do that now. But overall, if you have cash underneath your bed and you deposit it into a bank account, it's a problem. As a lender, we're going to always ask for your 2 most recent bank statements. And if I see that deposit and I can't source it, I have to like erase it. Yeah, it's not really an erasing sound, but okay, what else marriage? Yeah. So if you're married, can you please tell us? Please? Okay. Now, this isn't like a needy woman thing being like, why are you telling me you're not? No, like literally, you need to tell us you're married. Don't say that you're single because you don't want your wife on the loan. You're married. We need to know that you're married. There's certain loans where if you're in a community property state and you're married, your wife, even if she's not on the loan, or your husband, even if he's not on the loan, we still have to see their credit. We still have to hit you with their debt. And we're gonna find out. we always find out, because we have back end that happens at underwriting where they pull all the public records on you. So if it says you were married or if it says you're divorced, we're gonna find out. So let's not play games with it, okay? That goes for divorce as well. If you try to say, oh, I'm single, I was never divorced, because you don't want me finding out that you pay alimony or child support, I'm gonna find out, because once again, public records. A divorce is a public record. And then we're gonna need the divorce agreement, the settlement, and we're gonna have to hit you with that child support and alimony. Oh, another one. How many properties do you own? Yes, I get this one a lot too. I get, well, it doesn't have a mortgage, so why do you need to know about it? In that tone. And I'm always like, okay, personally, I don't want to know about it. Like, I really don't. I don't care. However, for my job, to keep my license, I have to disclose the other properties that you own. And the reason is that even if it doesn't have a mortgage, it's gonna have property taxes and insurance. Okay, it doesn't have insurance. You're never gonna escape property taxes. No matter what state you're in, you will pay property taxes. True. If you're watching this and you're like, I don't pay property taxes, I strongly suggest you contact your county, because you probably owe back property taxes and they're going to take your property. You cannot escape death and taxes. Property tax is going to happen. So part of your debt to income is the fact that you have this piece of property that has no mortgage, but it has taxes. So I have to put those taxes in your debt to income. So last week I had someone say to me, well, you know, I don't have any other properties. And I knew he did, because his realtor told me he had 14. So I was like, well, look, here's how we're gonna find out that you have other properties. Once again, public records. Public records, like when you buy a property, it's public record. When you get married, when you get divorced, if you have a bankruptcy, if you have a lien against you, trying to think of whatever. Oh, if you own a business that you didn't disclose, there's like 900 things that can come up on a public record. So you just want to make sure you disclose everything up front, because sometimes people are like, oh, I just won't tell them and they won't figure it out. It's just a waste of your money. That's the thing, because you're going to pay for an appraisal, you're going to pay for property inspections, and then I find it out, and then I'm still going to bug you for the documentation. I'm still going to put it in your debt to income. You're going to qualify or you're not. It's a lot better to figure that out. Sorry, I'm very passionate about this. It's a lot better to figure that out up front than in the middle or at the end, okay? Let's see here, what else? I feel like those are the big ones. Lying about incomes, occupancy, where the money came from, how many properties, married, divorced. Yeah, those are the big ones. So if you're watching this and you think I missed anything, please tell me. If you're a lender watching this, what do people lie to you about? And if you're someone that did a mortgage application recently and lied to your lender, you don't want to do that. It's mortgage fraud. Literally, you signed so many documents saying that you've disclosed everything. Do not commit mortgage fraud. Okay, I'm a little fired up. I'm going to go have a water and chill. Thanks for watching.